Hi there. Today I want to talk about trauma and how it rears its ugly fucking head. Oh my God. The reason I want to talk about this is because I have just experienced something so incredibly healing, but also incredibly painful. And I just think it's really important to share this message when we go through something so healing because we're not the only ones going through this. And when I say we, I'm referring to myself as someone who's been doing like the spiritual healing work for years, like 18 and a half fucking years. I've been doing this and I'm just always so surprised still the patterns that show up and just like really freaking take me by surprise. And I had a situation in my life. Oh, where do I begin? Like, I had a situation in my life where I met someone. I've been single for like 7 years, other than one really horrible month, a couple, like 4.5 years ago. But like, so 7 years I've been on my own, other than that month. And I met someone. He was a friend, and we started to hang out. Anyway, my point is, I don't know how to say this. My point is, this person was really a safe place to land. Like, when I was with this person, I felt extremely safe. And that was so fucking foreign to me. And I didn't realize at the time what was going on because when we were together, I actually never felt physically well. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. My body would like vibrate. And I thought, you know what? There's got to be something wrong with this guy. Like, my body must be telling me that there is something wrong with him. And so I listened to the doubts in my head. I listened to the fear, and I ran, not once, but twice. Not just ran away like, yeah, I don't want to see you anymore. It was like there was a voice in my head that said, hurt him so he will hate you and never talk to you again. And that's exactly what I did. I sent some messages that were really hurtful, accusing him of things that he did not do. But what this is rooted in is the fact that I've never felt safe with a man. I've always been in some kind of an abusive relationship. I was actually date raped about 9 years ago. I didn't think I would even get out alive. It was so scary. So what I've realized now going through this situation, because I just kept thinking about this person, and I went for a healing session with one of my friends, and the second I laid down on her healing table, I had this incredible download, and the download showed me his true intentions and his heart. And all I could feel is a loving, wonderful person. And this was the person that I had been spending time with. This is a person that I had been friends with. And this is the person that I also ran away from and did what I could to hurt him so that he would hopefully hate me and never want to talk to me again, because I know that I forgive people very quickly and easily. And that's what my brain was telling me is do not let this door stay open. Slam this fucking door shut, nail it. Make sure you hurt him so you can't forgive him, even though he did nothing. It was literally shit that was made up in my mind because I felt this fear in my body. But what I realize now after, getting that session, talking to this person, working things out where we're friends again, talking to beautiful friends of mine, what my one beautiful friend Crystal talked to me about was your body is addicted to fear. It's addicted to fear, it's addicted to disappointment, it's addicted to trauma. And when you're in the presence of someone who is safe, you actually physically respond. And it's interesting because we can be so used to fear that when we become safe, that's when our body reacts, and that's when we feel unwell because we know what to do with fear. I know what to do with fear. I know what to do with hurt. I know what to do with disappointment. I know what to do when my fucking life falls apart. I know how to be strong. I know all of these things. I know it to my core because I've lived through it all of these years. But what I do not know how to do is feel calm and safe with someone. And so when I met this person who accepted me, who I felt so safe with, my body reacted. And I just think that this is such a beautiful message because there's so many books out there, and I'm not like judging anybody's books or what is happening, or what people are talking about or saying, but there are so many things out there, like people in my life included, that tell us that when you find a person, they should say the right things, that men should pursue women, that they should have their shit together, that they should be someone who's already evolved through their triggers, who is healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And it should be easy. If it's a good relationship, it should be easy. And I'm actually here to say that I'm totally fucking calling bullshit on that. Maybe that exists and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, fuck, I would love to have an easy relationship. But I also know that we attract the people who mirror the wounds that we hold. And it's so interesting because I believe what continues to happen is that the universe puts the people in our lives that will help us heal our trauma. And it's not an easy process because healing trauma means that we are triggered. We feel the pain. So we get to choose to react like I did, react and overreact from the fear, or we can sit and hold it and question it and talk about it, which is what I finally did with this person. Luckily, we're friends again, but it took a whole shit ton of pain, a lot of trauma being triggered for me to get to this place where it's like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to be safe. I always had this secret belief that because I had been sexually assaulted and so sexually molested as a little girl as well, I always felt like it was my fault, especially like the assault when I was an adult. I felt like I did something wrong. I was ashamed of it. I didn't want anybody to know about it, especially somebody that I was, building a friendship with. I was afraid that if this person would find out that I had been sexually assaulted on a date, that he would think that there was something wrong with me, that he would judge me, that he would think it was my fault, and he wouldn't want to have anything to do with me. And so when I finally told him about it, it was actually the complete opposite. He was the person that made me realize that there was absolutely nothing that happened that was my fault. And it was really wonderful to have a beautiful, strong man show up and be the person to make me realize that I did nothing wrong. And it literally felt like I had been carrying this stake, like just daggered into my guts my whole life. And last night when I had this conversation, it felt like that stake had been released and removed. And I feel like a totally totally new person.